that way that come up from today. So I'm going to hand it over to David Hasek. He's our Director of Client Services. And he handles our customer service team. And he's going to talk to you a little bit about Fringe benefits and some of your best practices.
Thanks, John. Also, wait a minute, hold up, John. I just want to make sure everybody knew that we did not actually plan this before the meeting. So, all right. Thank you, and welcome again. Is this working? Or not?
It was working when we tested it 5 minutes ago.
It always works when we test it. Bear with us. Okay, well, show of hands. How many people have attended the seminar in previous years? And you're still coming back. That's great. All right. How many first-time attendees today? All right, good. So I hope you guys get some value out of today's meeting. Thank you. Let's see. How many people are super excited about Fringe benefit reporting? All right, I'm not going to take that personally, but and then how many people are actually planning on reporting Fringe benefits to us this year? Just 2 or 3? Do we need to do this today? All right. And I will talk about bonus payroll runs towards the end. So I'm pretty sure how many people will be doing that at some point this year. Okay, quite a bit more. All right. I don't have the whole thing memorized, so I do need something.
All right, let's just go ahead.
It's not working? Okay. All right, go ahead. All right, I think I covered all that. All right, so the basics. Who, what, when, where, and why. The who, customer service at dominionpayroll.com. That's our standard servicing email. Please send all your questions, inquiries, everything you're afraid to ask about Fringe benefits to that email box, and we will take care of those for you. When? As soon as possible, obviously. But any reporting does need to be done before your last payroll run of 2018. So if you your last payroll and then realize you've got to send some reporting in, that's going to be an adjustment run. It could be subject to some additional fees. So plan now, make sure we get it in before you finish your payroll runs for 2018. Okay. There's some important dates up here. I've bolded the Federal Reserve Bank holidays. DP is closed on those dates. So please keep that in mind when you're submitting your inquiries and requests. The other date I want to call out is Friday, December 28th. That is going to be the last business day to submit a payroll for calendar year 2018. These dates will be in this presentation uploaded to our website afterwards, so you don't have to write them all down. Okay. All right, so let's start in. So Fringe benefits, IRS has their definition. We basically just use it as a catch-all term for non-cash compensation that's usually reported as a lump sum at the end of the year. Common Fringe benefits include the list there. I've started moving expenses. We'll talk about that in just a minute. Does anybody have anything they're going to report that's not on that list? No? Okay. All right, next slide, please. Okay, so what's changed in 2018? So moving expenses are still a Fringe benefit. The main change is that the employer or the employee can no longer deduct it. So as an employer, if any of you guys are actually reporting that or paid moving expense reimbursements, you're still going to do it the same way, but the employee can no longer do it as tax-free deduction. So that may be a heads up you want to give any employees so they find out now rather than when they file in the spring. Okay. All right, so let's start in. So group term life, I think probably everybody's pretty familiar with this. This is probably the most numerous and most common Fringe benefit that we work with our clients. Generally, you can exclude, whoop. All right, I can't talk that fast.
Let's see. Yeah, give that a shot. All right, so let's go back. There you go.
All right. Oh, I got a thing too. Cool. All right. There we go. All right. So group term life. So you can generally exclude up to $50,000 in coverage. Again, this is coverage that the employer pays for their employee. Only coverage in the amount greater than $50,000 is taxable and reportable. You will use an IRS tax table to figure out what that benefit and the taxable amount is. It is subject, of course. And then here's a standard calculation. So the IRS age table is on the right. Employee salary of $40,000. A typical coverage plan may be 2 times the salary. In this case, that's $80,000. The taxable amount is actually only $30,000. That's the amount over 50. You plug in your numbers, use the age table. In this example, it comes out to a $32.40 benefit that's taxable and reportable for this particular employee. Employer paid insurance. This typically covers 2% or more shareholders in an S corporation. Is anybody going to be reporting that this year? Out of the 3 people who raised their hands? Just 1? Okay. Have you done that before? Okay. So in this case, the shareholders may have post-tax deductions. In many cases, the employer pays for their health insurance premiums. That's the part that is taxable and reportable. Oops, sorry about that. And then auto allowances. There's a bunch of different kind of vehicle-related benefits. The 2 most popular that we see are personal use of company car and then a cash allowance that's out there. Is anybody planning on reporting that this year? Bless you. Okay. Please refer to the IRS publication 15B. That's going to be your go-to guide for all of this. There's several different ways to value auto allowances, and they're covered in that publication. All right, bonus payrolls. So I noticed most people raise their hands on this. Again, this can cover performance bonuses, profit sharing or distributions, holiday bonuses, and then also non-cash compensations such as gift cards or other awards that have a monetary value. Again, how many people are going to report some sort of bonus or run? Okay, thanks, Maury. All right, so let's talk about how it's done. Starting with client prep. So that's you. This is what you guys should be doing right now. Checking your valuation, your class of employee, and your taxabilities. I put a note on here. A lot of our clients will withhold only FICA and Medicare. That's really up to you and how you guys want to do the taxes. If you don't withhold any of the Fed or state, then the employee will kind of true that up when they file in the spring. So once all that's gathered up, call or email DP. Let us know what you want to do. Are you getting some feedback? Call or email Dominion Payroll. Let us know what you want to do. We will send you an email with an electronic link in there to an electronic form. You'll complete the form. It allows you to update or attach a spreadsheet that is uploadable. We can upload that straight into your pay grid to streamline it. Once we get it back, then obviously we take care of the rest. I want to talk about the electronic forms for a little bit. Those of you guys who have been with us for a while probably noticed that the process has changed a little bit. We started trying to streamline this 2 years ago. I think we got it down pretty well this year. The electronic form is really a way for us to make it quicker and efficient for both you and for us. The agent who sends the form gets an alert when it comes back, so they know exactly when it comes back. They can take a look at it right away. So it allows for better tracking, allows for a better audit process, and a quicker audit process. It also gives you a way to kind of eyeball everything that you're doing for fringe benefits or bonus to make sure you haven't forgotten a step. So here is an example of sort of relevant parts for the fringe benefit checklist. There's going to be fields for your name, your client ID, your contact information, that kind of thing. But as you can see, there's a section up here. What's the fringe benefit type? Have you reported it before? That allows us to take a look at a previous year's example if we have a question. You've got your tax coverage, your taxability, and then any codes that we need to fill in for you. And again, you can tell us how you want to enter it. If it's a small company, they may just hand key it with their payroll. If you have a spreadsheet, like I said, we can upload that into your pay grid for you. And then for the bonus checklist, the top part is going to look the same. Again, contact information, your client ID, that sort of thing. And here, excuse me, We've got scheduling. So is this going to be part of your normal payroll run? Is it going to be an off cycle? Is it going to be 2 different payments in the same date? There's section on here for, do you want us to suppress direct deposit? We have a lot of clients who run direct deposit. When it comes to bonuses, they want to give out a live check as a surprise. We need to block that, but you need to tell us that. And then tax coverage, deductions. Some companies change that up depending on what type of bonus it is and the size of it. And then also pay stubs. We can actually suppress alerts. So normally when you run a payroll, the employee gets an alert that says your pay stub is available. If you want to keep that a surprise, if it's all local, then we can do that as well. And again, the checklist just lets you look through a whole list of things to make sure you've covered everything or haven't thought of anything, and can let us know how you want to handle it. And then here's a quick list of resources and additional information. Again, at the end of today, I guess the recording is going to be uploaded. All the presentations will be uploaded. Under our website, under resources and help and guides is where you'll probably find this. We're going to try and load up some IRS tax tables, some other forms and information for you there. And again, our email and phone number. Okay.